It's here. It is finally here. After months and months of waiting, delay after delay, XDefiant has finally released. But the question stands, should you play it? Now, even with all the delays, the server test happening, 2-3 weeks ago now? The release still didn't go as Ubisoft planned. I would say for the first 5 hours of the game's release, 98% of the time when you tried to get into the game, you were met with this screen. And if you weren't stuck searching for players, you'd get an error saying unable to find a match. And for whatever reason, the training ground or practice area was disabled and you couldn't get into it. So you couldn't get into a game, you couldn't get into practice, you just weren't able to play the game for about the first 4 to 5 hours of the release. But skip ahead some time, when we finally were able to get into some games, I have to say, it was a ton of fun. One thing that Call of Duty fans have been asking for year after year, just haven't gotten it, is no skill-based matchmaking in a casual playlist. If you're gonna have a ranked play or a competitive system in the game, leave that in its own playlist. Having no skill-based matchmaking in XDefiant means their main priority is everybody having a good connection. So if everybody has a good connection to the server, that means the game's gonna be fair and will be played the way it was meant to be played. And even though XDefiant is cross-play, you can enable input-based matchmaking, which means that if you're playing on controller, it'll try to match you up against other players on controller. And same goes if you're playing keyboard and mouse. One of my main concerns heading into this game was the clunky feeling of the movement. Now back, I think it was in September, we had the beta. And in the beta, I had to mess with my settings almost every single game to try and make it feel somewhat smooth. And I will say the first 2, maybe 3 games here at XDefiant's release, I was like, I don't know about this movement, it feels a little slow, feels a little clunky. But I think that's not really the case. After I adjusted my mindset and stopped trying to think of it and compare it to Call of Duty and think of it as its own game, I started to flow with this movement. Yes, it's different. Yes, you have to try to view things a little bit differently and be able to mechanically do things a little bit differently than Call of Duty. Even though it's very similar, you can get this movement to work for you. The only thing about the movement that I have a complaint about at the moment is not being able to lay down. I know this is kind of a minor thing for a lot of people, but for me, I don't really like when a game limits your movement, and it feels like this game would play great in certain areas if you could just lay down. But on the bright side, there is no tack sprint, no super sprint. You're not just constantly jamming that left analog stick into the controller to run. So that means you're getting way less dead slides, better feeling and smoothness of the movement, and just a faster overall base movement speed. Visually, this game, it looks so good. It's not just brown, dull, dusty, sand colored. There's actually some color to this game. And I will say, even though each team picks from the exact same characters, it is very, very easy to tell between your teammates and the enemies. And speaking of characters, there are factions in the game. Each faction has its own passive abilities, and each character having its own minor and ultimate abilities as well. This kind of brings us back the whole way back to Black Ops 3, Infinite Warfare, Black Ops 4 time period with the specialist abilities. Now the game did just release. There's gonna have to be some tweaking and balancing that the devs are gonna have to do, but I do like the fact that they brought these abilities into the game. It just creates a bigger dynamic and excitement for the gameplay. Let's kind of transition things over to the gunplay of this game. A lot of the guns everyone's already aware of since we used them in the beta, but XDefiant really brings back that old school Call of Duty feel. From the way the guns operate to the way the hit markers sound. It's really that arcadey, punchy feel, and these guns actually feel like they have some character to them. Whereas I would say in the recent Call of Duties, almost every single gun has kind of felt somewhat similar. In getting a kill in XDefiant, there's just something about it, at least right now, since the game just released, we're probably in the honeymoon phase, but getting a kill is just so satisfying. I don't know if it's the way the guns feel, I don't know if it's the hit marker sound, I don't know if it's a combination, but there's just something about it that just feels so right. Now, I know there's probably a ton of other things I want to get into and talk about this game, and we're probably still in that honeymoon phase, but at the moment, with it being a free game, you might as well hop on, give it a go, and see how it is for yourself, because I believe once you do get into a game, this game is a ton of fun. And with everything I said in this video combined all together into this package that is called XDefiant, I think it is a ton of fun, brings back that arcadey, punchy feel of old school Call of Duties, and I'm excited to see where this game can go. If you guys did enjoy this one, be sure to leave a like, subscribe to the bell for notifications. Let me know down below in the comments how you guys are liking the game so far if you've tried it out, and I'll catch you guys right back here in the next one. Peace out. Absolutely annihilated that kid.
Our side's winning. Don't let up.
Oh, come on now.
Zone A is under attack.
Let's go.
Personal best winning streak. All right. 26-8.
Oh, hey. No, this guy left side. Guy's name's Menthol, man. Ooh, Harambe, I'm just better, bro. Come on now. Oh, those are decent shots.
This guy just anticipates everything.
Woo! I need help out here, lads.
The package is moving in the right direction.
Oh, those are good shots, too. I've gotten 2 kills from my incendiary round so far, so I'd say it's pretty good. Oh, they're coming left side, left side, left side.
Packing new hardware.
I'm lagging. They're good.
Ready to go.
Oh, he put the shield up. That's some great teamwork right there.
I don't understand why my kill.
Oh. Kind of beaming these kids now. No. All right, good trade, teammate.
5, 3, 2, 1.
Let's go.
Gathering intel.
Personal best win streak.
Why is it showing me damage shield again? Quit showing me that.